Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here at Fetch.AI. We're going to double check a couple of things here, but the truth is, we're still on the bearish side of things, right? Bearish back test. We've got this descending trend. We are still below the cloud. We are starting to see some support range here at about this 260 mark. And that is roughly the heavy amount of volume that we have concentrated in the last few days. So if you do look at this here, we have a lot of volume at that 263 mark. So it's providing some decent support. If the price breaks below that, could be an invalidation, but generally speaking, that's a positive sign, okay? Again, you go with the good, you go with the bad, but generally speaking, you want to try to find, a lot of reasons to take a trade instead of just a couple of. Okay? So try not to attach yourself to like patterns. Some people get stuck on that. There's a lot of, it's a dangerous road, folks, okay? Either way you look at it, 2.5 heavy concentration liquidation, we talked about this yesterday. Just an area that you want to, I wouldn't say avoid, but be very careful if you're, your stop loss or your liquidation levels right there. Not to say it's a bad thing, because stop loss can prevent you from getting destroyed. It's actually best if you have a stop loss that's tight, because that is an invalidation level. If the price hits that level, it could continue to run. But I think it's important to recognize that that's a lot of concentration there. Therefore, we could very well see the price retest that level. It does look like it wants to do that already here at this point, because we're kind of riding the struggle bus here. Okay, so again, if you're new to the channel, do me a quick favor, like, subscribe, and comment below if you could. Greatly appreciate that. Help grow the channel. Thank you so much. Okay, so daily time frame, work our way down, see what's going on. First of all, with moving averages, if I recall correctly, we are below the 20-day SMA, which we still are. That hasn't changed. We had a bearish back test of that level. Price comes up, wicks up to about 275 and continues lower. So you got to keep in mind, folks, this coin could very well continue to drop. If Bitcoin comes at 63, 64K mark, which I'm feeling like is becoming more of a reality here, filling that CME gap, hitting that lower liquidation level for Bitcoin, I think Fetch.AI has tremendous potential to retest this lower to 230, 240 range. Okay, now again, we want to recognize that there's a lot of support here. Okay, we're going to change that color just so it's not as confusing. But generally speaking, that's an important support level for us. Okay, so 237, 238, we're going to see a lot of some potential support there if the price comes down. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wicks to that level with no break below. Okay, so again, should provide some support at first. It could very well be broken and become a resistance level for us too. But between now and then, we want to recognize some obvious things. We're seeing a diminishing amount of volume in this coin. Price action is increasing to the downside while money is flowing away from it. It's no coincidence when you sell things, they become less supportive of support ranges. We are testing 50 on the RSI here. Generally being above that is a positive sign, but it doesn't look like that's going to hold. However, it's still there for the moment. Okay, so there's a consolation. We can also see MACDs diverging pretty strong and not looking great. Friendly reminder, folks, you do not trade on consolations. Okay. We're also going to extend this trend line up here as well, just to kind of get perspective and make sure we pay attention to that, just so we know more specifically what these two levels are looking like. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and make sure that we pay attention to that. Those are positive trend lines here, or not positive, but these are key level ones we want to pay attention to, because losing that trend line would establish lower lows and lower highs in the overall sense, and then it wouldn't necessarily be a good thing. Okay, so again, I like to highlight things in orange that are fairly important. What's also important is this 200 SMA right there with the price action at 260. So this is literally like the hope and the prayer that we have left in this coin before the price continues to drop. So I'm not liking what I see here so far. MACD is diverging. We can also see RSI getting closer to 30. Money flow index is increasing. So we're seeing some money coming into this coin in the last 12 hours. So this lower level here is a point of contention. People are really trying to buy at 265. They feel it's a good value. Now, do the bears care about that? Probably not. But the truth is, the more people try to buy at this exact level, the more money flow index increases, the more likely the price is to stay where it's at. So to me, this does feel like the type of bottom that could be short worthy. But once more, I don't like to short into an overextension here, like hitting set 30 on the RSI. I'd much rather we have, we're not doing that, if you will. Yeah, so if we take a look here, we can kind of see this little type of trend that we're seeing here. Pretty obvious that we're starting to break down. We're establishing lower lows and lower highs, but we've closed officially below this most recent support about 260. Okay, so that's not a great sign. If we take a look at the hourly, we're going to confirm as well, and I saw this earlier, pretty obvious. We are still below the cloud. We're still below the longer-term descending trend line, and really the only consolation we have is this long-term ascending trend line that hasn't been tested yet. So when I see all these things combined together, I know in my head that this coin has very, very low probability of recovering right away. We're going to need to see Bitcoin stabilize for a few more days here in this range of 66, maybe 68K in order to have any luck with this coin. Don't get me wrong, big picture, I think this coin has tremendous potential, but at this point, there's literally like 1 out of 50 reasons to take a long position. And it's basically that hope and a prayer, that 200-day SMA on the 4-hour, and potentially this ascending trend line. So if I were to consider a long position, just say abstractly here, I'm really itching to buy in, I'm really needing to just put my money somewhere that will probably lose in the long run. I mean, long run is in like, if you get in right now, you're probably going to be hurting. This would be the level that I'm looking at. So 240 would be the absolute best case scenario for me to want to warrant a long position in this current climate, considering where we're at overall and how the price action is behaving. It may never get there, but that's okay. I'm going to set an alert anyways and see if we cross that level. It might be worth getting into because that's a pretty solid established support from before. We could very well see a bounce there. But once more, folks, there's not a lot of positivity here, and that is no reflection on the coin itself. So if you are feeling offended by me telling you the price is going to drop down, you probably shouldn't be in cryptocurrency. Okay, so just some friendly advice. If you want to look at things more abstractly, make sure you join my trading academy. Join our community too. We got an awesome group of folks over there, and the trade signals have been pretty awesome too. While we did trigger 2 stop losses, or just 2 stops in another trade that I closed out early, essentially in the red, we offset that with 5 shorts, and last month, just so you are aware, we hit some massive profit too. Okay. Every month we have 90+% accuracy with the occasional stop loss. So it's important to you to make sure that you're not over leveraging and using too much of a position size in those trades. Okay. So slow and steady wins the race, folks. That's all I can say. I hope you learned something today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to trade this coin and other awesome coins as well on Bitunix, best exchange in the world. Nice benefit rewards. Use my link to register. No KYC or VPN. That's why we use them as a community. Thank you, Bitunix, for an awesome opportunity. Hope you all have a great rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.